I saw the beginnings of his gun collection. You know, he wasn't going to be had, and this grew into an extensive gun collection that, of course, he had shipped from Atlanta to L.A. when things started getting funny style, which I'll probably tell you more about later. But he had these guns shipped to L.A. and Suge had me get rid of them.
How many guns did he have?
I don't know how many he had. I didn't look.
Like 10, 20?
It was rumored to be more than that.
Really?
He had a little collection, but
so like 50?
I don't know what was sent. I just know it had to go. I didn't look at it. I didn't touch nothing. I didn't see nothing. I just facilitated in it moving somewhere else.
Okay.
He was on parole. I mean probation, or he was on bail.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So he couldn't have that stuff around.
Okay.
But things were getting kind of sketchy. I mean,
this was during death row time.
Death row
right?
time. We'll get to there.
Okay.
So yeah, the guns. That was the beginning of his gun collection. I think later on he called them his kids. So when he said "get the kids," that's what he meant. Not to be confused with the rap group called the Kids that he was producing.
Okay.
And that was around that time in Oakland. When I went to his house in Oakland, he introduced me to some kids he was producing, and we actually demoed a few of those records in my studio where he actually recorded the tracks, and they were going to sing on them later or rap on them later. But
he was ghostwriting for them.
Ghostwriting for them. And we did a couple of tracks like that. And, you know, I kept those masters for years. Him demoing songs for him, and the other song, Days of a Criminal, that he demoed for the other guys. I didn't produce the music or words for any of those tracks, but I recorded them, and I had them in my possession for years.
So as soon as you get there, I assume Tupac is already recording. He's in the process of recording All Eyez on Me.
Yeah, it took me forever to nail him down. I called the number. Where you at, man? Where you at? Come on out here. So I went to L.A. I called him. Where are you, man? Where? Finally, it took a couple weeks to nail him down. He's like, come to the studio, man. Come to the studio. So I go out to the studio where they're all at. And it's like, damn, all these celebrities I'm seeing in the news right now, all these rappers, like, they're right here. He's like, man, we're going to Snoop's house. Get in. So we flew to Snoop's house, and we hung out, and everybody's like normal. People are cooking chicken just like at home. And it's different. It's like on one side it's fucking celebrity to the moon. The other side is just like the streets that you know. And I kind of just observed and watched. I saw how he was different. I saw how he was bigger than life, but he matched with all these people like the Dog Pound and Snoop and Dre and DJ Quick. And he matched with all these people. In fact, he was kind of big. His personality was even bigger at times. And I forgot where I was headed with that.
So he clicked with him right off the bat.
Right off the bat, he jumped in. And Suge loved it. You could see Suge saw something different in this guy. And he egged it on. He let Tupac be as big as he wanted to be. He put him on a chair and a pedestal to be that big. You know, people say all these negative things about Suge, but I think he really loved that boy. It was because he was seeing something different. Suge had his finger and pulse on celebrities and people with talent all over the place. But this kid was something special, and he saw it.
What was his recording process like when he was recording All Eyez on Me?
So I finally called him up in L.A., and he's staying at this Hollywood hotel. And I go in this hotel. He has a one room with nothing but wardrobe and clothes that sponsors he only been out of jail for like a month. And he's got all of these clothes and stuff that he's bought. I mean, like rack after rack after rack after rack leather jackets and coats and clothes from everybody. I'm like, he's just buying like new clothes every day. And it's like, he has like half the album recorded, All Eyes on Me. And that's when he sits me down and tells me what's happening. You know, he says, basically, man, back in the day, you were the dude. I respect that. But now I'm the dude. And you got to respect that. Meaning Tupac. It's like, he's like, I'm like, man, I'm just happy to be here. Death Row, this place is blowing up right now. Death Row is the most iconic label since Motown for black music. And I get to sit and watch. Yeah, I'll take a back seat and I'll go grab a cup of coffee if you need it, or whatever you need, I'm there. And he's like, yeah, he says, all the women are mine. all the stuff are mine now. And you gotta respect that. He's like, Suge's gonna want to talk to you. I'm like, Suge's gonna want to talk to me? I didn't know what he was talking about or what to expect. But I said, okay. I started going to the studio. But before I went to the studio, I went to go talk to Suge. And I'm thinking, this is gonna be this crazy moment. Like, I don't know what to expect. I just keep hearing about this guy. And so I'm at the studio, and he had an office actually inside the studio. And once you open the door, it's like red carpet, all this red stuff, and he had this big barbell in the middle of the floor. Like, yeah, this is what I'm bench pressing, motherfuckers. And you walk in there, and you hear so much about him and his history, and he's this cool dude. He says, "What's up, Kendrick?" He had always had like a cigar or whatever. And I guess he knew a little bit about me. Pocket told him a little bit about me. And he was like, man, you're going to help keep Tupac working. You're going to help keep him. You're going to do the little things he can't do. You're going to be his assistant. Just don't go Hollywood. I'm like, what? Don't go Hollywood. Now, that's when you start feeling the vapors, when you start being a big shot in Hollywood. I didn't really have that in me. I had already been a big shot. Now I just wanted to be a small dude learning the record business. And Suge said, let's go. So from then I started going to the studio. All Eyes on Me was halfway, 3/4 done. They're putting down tracks. And he's like, Johnny J would come drop a beat. DJ Quick would drop a beat. Dr. Dre would drop some beats. And boom, as soon as the engineer called it up, he started rocking like this. He wrote his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on a piece of paper. 8 for 8 rhymes, 16 bars. Bam, wrote it up real quick, spit it. He write in about 15 minutes, write a rap to that beat, spit it, record it, drop his background vocals, come back and write the next verse, tell whoever he was rapping with, hurry the fuck up. Let's get this shit done. As soon as he spit the last shit, he'd do his little accent tracks, tell Johnny J to throw something else on. And he'd record something else. That fool could record as fast as you could record him.
One take.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I heard that he would do one takes, and that's why
Constantly.
Sometimes his ad libs aren't always
because he don't know it
in
yet.
there.
Because he don't know it yet. There were songs where he'd go perform on tour. He'd have to go listen to the song because he didn't know the song. Because he hasn't heard it since the day he wrote it. All Eyes on Me, a lot of those tracks for the tour that we had after that, he'd have to go listen to them because he wrote them that fast, and you have to go listen. But then once he listened to them, he had that photographic memory. He's right on it, right again. So he was amazing when it came to writing. His lyrics came from God himself, and he was just amazing. When it came to recording, I've recorded thousands of tracks. I've recorded a few cats that came close to being as diabolical in the studio as him, but never anyone.
So at one point, there's a lot of beef or it seems like there's beef, and Dog Pound goes to New York, and they shoot the New York video, and their trailer gets shot up.
That was right before I got there.
That was right before you got there.
I heard about that, and I heard there was tensions because of it. And I remember hearing stuff on the radio about it, but it was never really mentioned. It was kind of like it was known that everybody knew. And really, I wasn't brought there for banging, so nobody really versed me on stuff. I was brought there just to help him out, so I didn't really stick to that kind of stuff. But I had heard about it.